Hello, this is Ernest Burley Jr., your certified financial planner, your chartered financial consultant, your NFLPA registered player financial advisor, your investment advisor representative. I hold the Series 6, 63, and Series 7 that allow me the ability to offer clients securities products. I'm also your author of 2 books on Money Management from Grade School to Grad School, and also Money Management from Easy as 1, 2, 3. Those books are on Amazon. So I ask, like I do every week, I ask that you flood Amazon, say, hey, we want 100 of these books to give our friends and family. It'd be a great Christmas gift. To give to my family, my friends, or whomever, to give them some good financial planning nuggets and insurance nuggets also, to help them out in the new year, right? So I appreciate those who have already done that. I ask the others to do that also. I can come to your location or do a virtual workshop and talk about the principles in the books. So I appreciate the support. Also, I'm a licensed insurance agent with over 30 years of experience in the industry. And I've been in business for over 25 years as a licensed insurance agent, and also dealing with the securities industry, et cetera. I have clients all over the country, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. So I'm able to provide financial services and insurance services for clients all across the country, and I really love doing that. I specialize in wealth management, investing, so IRAs, 401k plans, portfolios, things of that nature, asset protection, which means protecting what you've accumulated, as well as asset growth, so growing what you have in a strategic fashion. Financial planning, whether it be basic financial planning or comprehensive financial planning. Also insurance, all different types of insurance. So I have clients, I just had a client from, I think, out of California, wants me to provide some protection for her family. And so California, Arizona, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Alabama, everywhere, have clients all over the country for securities, products, investing, and insurance. So all different types of insurance: life insurance, long-term care, disability, auto, home, business, liability, church, all different types of insurance. And also athlete management. So on the NFL side, I'm an NFLPA registered player financial advisor. And on the NBA side, I'm an NBPA certified player agent to get your guys opportunities to play professional basketball. You got to be really good to make it in the NBA. I'm also FIBA licensed, so overseas opportunities too, but you have to be good to make it over there too. So hey, send me your film. Let's have a conversation, either you or someone you know, and let's see what's happening. See if I can get you an opportunity to play professional basketball. Okay. All right. The purpose of this podcast is to educate, to enlighten, and to empower you with clear, objective, unbiased information to help you make the right decisions for yourself and for your family. Okay, that's what this is all about. So your family, your church, because I have a lot of clients that are church members or church leaders, pastors, elders, CFOs, etc. So this is to get everyone good information, whether it's for your personal family situation, for your coworkers, for your employer, for your church family, whomever. That's what this is all about. Okay, so here we go. Today's podcast title is Annuities Revisited. Now, a lot of people know about annuities, or they've heard about annuities, but they don't know the intricacies of annuities. Very important that you know the intricacies of the annuity product, or at least have some familiarity with how they work and the different levers, right? So as I mentioned in a previous podcast, annuities aren't for everyone. Normally when someone asks me about an annuity, it's because someone's kind of trying to twist their arm to get them into an annuity product. And most of the time, it's not the right situation for the person. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm sorry, agents. Don't let someone twist your arm and kind of twist you and fit you into an annuity if that's not what's for you. Because if you do that, it's not going to be in your best interest, right? Now, annuities are definitely for some people, though, for a lot of people, actually. So annuities, there are definitely situations where annuities can work in your best interest and do wonders for you. So let's go over some information about annuities revisited. Okay. Now, there are various types of annuities. The main ones are like your fixed annuity, your variable annuity, and your equity index annuity, or some people just call them index annuities, right? Those are like your main or more popular annuities. I'm not a big fan of fixed annuities because they normally have a low fixed rate and it's no opportunity for making any higher interest or gain than that. So you have that low fixed rate for that certain period of time, and that's it. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of fixed annuities. Variable annuities, I'm not a big fan of those either because they have pretty decent fees in there, right? By decent, I mean kind of high, anywhere from 3 to 4% at least in most of those variable products. And if you have some type of rider on there, it's even more. So what that means is you have to earn a certain amount to even make money in the annuity. So if your expense ratio is like 4%, let's just say, if you earn 10%, then you're netting out basically 6% in that product, right? If you only earn 4% a particular year, then you're making no money because 4% is the expense ratio in there. So I'm not a big fan. There are a lot of financial advisors that are big fans of variable annuities. They love them, different strokes for different folks. I'm just not big on them because of what I've seen over my career, quarter century, 25 years, and how they perform over time along with those fees. And it's just, I'm just not a big fan of them. So that's just me though. Okay, so, but equity indexed annuities, I am a fan of those, right? So, and the reason why is because, and also the variable annuities don't have principal protection. You're subject to the wiles of the market. When you put variable in front of something, that's attached to the stock market. So there's no guarantee of your principal in a variable annuity. So that's another reason why I'm not too big on them. So here, the equity index annuity, I'm big on those because it does protect the downside. So it protects your principal and also gives you the opportunity to make some gains, right? So that's why I like the equity indexed annuity. But the reason why I want to say equity annuities revisited is because there's a new feature in some of these equity index annuities that has come out that allows you to make even more gains. It takes off the cap. Basically, they're uncapped. Because here's the way it goes with most of the equity index annuities. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but either you have a spread or a cap. That's how you make money. That's how they determine whether they're going to give you any money in that plan from year to year or month to month, depending on what kind of situation you have set up. So most clients are set up annual point to point, which means every year they take a look to see if your index has made any money. And if it has, they give you a percentage, either a cap or a spread. So a spread is this. Basically, the company keeps the spread amount and you get what's above the spread. So if your index returned 10% and there's a 4% spread, that means you get 6% because the 4%, the spread means you have to cover the spread to get anything. I'm not a gambler, but you gamblers know what I mean. Stop gambling. But here's the problem with that. If your index only returned 3%, then you get nothing, right? Because your spread is 4%. So if your index gains anything at or below the spread, you get nothing added to your account. Okay. Now, but if it returns something high, like if the market, if the index returns like say 15% and your spread is 4%, then you get 11% credited. Now, here's what I like about these newer features. So they took the cap off and there's no spread. You still don't have the spread. So normally when you don't have the cap, you have a spread. But when you have a cap, it says, okay, if your index returns 10%, we're capping you at 3 or capping you at 4%. We're not going to give you the 10, we're going to give you only this amount. That's a cap. Now some of these new features take the cap off. So if your index returns 10% or 15%, you're getting the whole 15%. And check this out. There are some carriers that are even giving you a multiple of that return. So say, for instance, if your index returns 10% the following year, you get that, they may say, well, hey, we're going to give you 1.5% of that, 1.5 times that, or 2 times that. So instead of you just getting 10%, which is great, you'll get 15% if they have a 1.5%, a 150% multiple, like saying they give you 10% plus another 50%, that's 15%, or 200%. They may say, well, it's a 200% multiplier on this thing. So instead of getting 10%, you get 20% return into your account. So if you have a $100,000 annuity, instead of getting the 10%, your index return 10%, you normally get the 10,000, which is pretty good. If it was only a 4% return, then you get 4,000, right? It's based on what your index returns. But if it has a multiplier on that and says, okay, instead of 10%, you're going to get 20% because we're giving you a 200% participation rate, right? Which means they're going to double it. You get $20,000 added to your annuity. That is a sweet deal to have a multiplier, have it uncapped. So there's no cap on what you can gain from year to year based on what your index returns, and then add a multiplier effect to it on top of that, plus protecting the downside. Man, that is win on top of win on top of win. I love it. As you can see, I'm loving that, right? All right. So you protect your principal. You have the potential to earn some very decent gains. Now, a good time to enter into these type of annuity contracts, the equity indexed annuity, is when the market is at a low point and on the way up. Because ideally, you want to come in when it's here. So next year, when they take a look at your anniversary date and say, okay, you started your plan December 1st, 2022, they look at it again December 1st, 2023. If the index was at, say, 1,000 hypothetically, and it went up to 1,100, boom, that's a 10% increase. So that's 10% interest on your account. If it's a multiplier effect, it will be the multiplier added into there to add to your account. So I think it's a good time because, hey, no one can predict what's going to happen next year. But I think we'll come back, be in recovery mode next year. Who knows? No one knows, but that's just my thought process on it. But in either case, we know we're kind of at a low point or a volatile point still. So if someone is interested in an annuity and it's something for them that fits their situation, I think now may be a good time to do that, because as the market goes up, you're able to capture those gains. And these things with the multiplier effect is just awesome. But if the market happens to not do so well, you still have your principal protected. So there you go. That's it. That's all I have for today. I don't want to beat it up too much, but Annuities Revisited, these new features, I think it's something that for you to really take a close look at. If you need me to do some research for you, I can do that. There are a couple of carriers out there that are really good with this multiplier effect and the uncapped strategy and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's it. Okay. So the recap is just the title of the podcast, Annuities Revisited. We're going to revisit annuities. Like I said before, they're not for everybody. This Annuities Revisited is not saying annuities are for everybody now, but man, I think it may be for a little bit higher percentage of the population now because of that added feature of the uncapped gain potential on there with that multiplier effect also. I love that. Okay. The takeaway is that we want to take a look at that uncapped gain strategy and also the multiplier effect on that for clients. I just love that, right? Hey, I thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. I ask that you forward this podcast to others, to your friends, your family, your coworkers, your church members, your employers, everyone across the country, everyone across the world. The internet is worldwide, right? It's global. So I ask that you share my podcast to them, forward it to them, and ask them to do the same. All of my podcasts are on YouTube. So I ask that you go to YouTube, that you subscribe and click through there and ask your friends, your family members, your church members, your coworkers, your employers, everyone across the country, across the world that you know, to, hey, go to this guy's YouTube channel, Ernest Burley Jr. It's just my name, Ernest Burley Jr. Subscribe and click around in there. I have a lot of different topics in there: real estate, infinite banking. I talk about all different types of insurance, whether you should pay off your home early or not, all different types of stuff in there, right? So I highly, highly recommend clicking through there after you subscribe. And I thank you guys for continuing to subscribe. Like I've been kind of like this holiday season, so not as many podcasts going on right now, but the people keep subscribing. So someone is sending people to subscribe, and I really appreciate that. And I ask that you keep that up. I really appreciate it. If you want to connect with me, very easy to do. It's just my first name at myfullname.com for email. So ernest@ernestburleyjr.com. That's how to reach out to me and get in contact with me via email. Or you can go to my website and email me, contact me through my website. My website is just my name, ernestburley.com or ernestburleyjr.com. Charles Barkley and Shaq, they always go at it, and man, Shaq, ease up on Charles, man. Charles was a great player. Just because he doesn't have a ring, man, don't mess with him like that. So when they're arguing and going back and forth, uh, Shaq will say, Google me, Chuck, Google me, like Charles will say something about Shaq, or like, whatever. Google me, Chuck, and he'll show his rings and all this other kind of stuff. So I'm saying the same thing to you guys. Google me, y'all. Google me. I'm all over the internet. Ernest Burley Jr., ernestburley.com. Either way, you'll be able to find me. And my phone number is 301-262-2600. So you can contact me at my firm directly also. Okay. Now, I think that is it for the closing statements. I do have to put up my disclaimer or read off my disclaimer. Since I did explain that I'm a certified financial planner, chartered financial consultant, do investing for clients and all that other kind of good stuff. So here we go. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., 13621 Annapolis Road, Bowie, Maryland, 20720. That's where my firm is located, right outside of DC. But like I said, I have clients all over the country. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Next Financial Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc. is not an affiliate of Next Financial Group, Inc. This material is not intended as an offer or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security or other financial instrument. Past performance does not guarantee future performance. All the views expressed are those of Ernest Burley Jr., and Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., and not those of Next Financial Group, Inc. Next Financial Group, Inc. does not provide tax advice. And that's it for today's podcast, okay? Revisit annuities. Hey, let me know if you have any questions, because I can research the ones that fit and have all these great bells and whistles that we just talked about, okay? In the meantime, hey, y'all take care and y'all be safe out there.